Alright, yo, this is Edsel from the band Dope.
Tony Campos from Static-X.
What's your show called again? The Anthony Rogers Show, motherfuckers! Woo!
This is the Emporium Smoke Shop. It is in the Del Mar Loop area of St. Louis. This has been a magic kind of place for smokers, a staple for 28 years. I mean, look at all this stuff. Crazy stuff they have. I mean, they have just pipes and pieces and vapes and e-liquids and accessories, Kratom CBD, Delta products, Hoobers rolling papers, locally blown art. Like, look at all this stuff. Each piece is classic. Use promo code LEGENDARY when you go in there. Get a 10% discount. Check it all out. This has been a classic St. Louis staple for 28 years. Come on in.
We're in fucking Louisville, Kentucky. We're smoking weed, bitches.
Don't tell my mom, okay?
Yes, thank you, my friend.
Well, thank you guys, man. So what's it like being legendary rock stars at a music festival?
I'll let you know when it happens.
It's okay.
Oh, we're having a great time. These Danny Weber festivals are amazing. We just got back from touring together in Europe. We did all the big festival circuit over there. So, like, we've been doing a lot of festivals this year. And it's a different groove than when you're in, like, the groove of playing club shows. But it's awesome because it's just seas of people. And a lot of people that know, you know,
You run into all your friends that you haven't seen in like
That's
forever.
awesome.
and a lot of fans that, you know, aren't currently potentially interacting with your band at the moment. Because you're playing to way more people than you play when you headline. So it's really great. It's, you know, again, we were just talking about it in another interview. It's just to be blessed 25 years into our careers in these positions, playing to fans that still care. And I say this with a heavy heart, like, we're above dirt, man. And so many of our friends are not here.
I feel that, bro.
You know, so many of our compadres that we came up touring with are no longer even here to, like, smoke this joint and, like, just live life. So I'm grateful every day for that.
Live every day. I totally feel that.
I think gratitude's a lot, man.
Yeah, I'm grateful for that. And then, you know, the career and the opportunities, that's all secondary. I don't know if you have kids, but I got a stash. I'm just grateful for her health. And I'm just grateful for a lot, man. I'm grateful for your time.
No, likewise,
Give a
man.
shit about what we got to say.
No, likewise, man. So what's tour in Europe like? That sounds fucking awesome.
I mean, it is. They're fucking mental patients. They're fucking out of their minds. We played a festival in Poland. It was
You gotta wear bibs over the beard.
as far as your eye can see. I think this interview is called a ride. We got two conversations going on. This thing needs like two whole different shows happening.
The phone is just as ADHD as we are, so
Let's
it's
wait stereo. You know, one over here, one over there. We put up like 8
Holy shit. We need somebody over here with that big hook. And they just start getting these fucking assholes out of here. What do you want to know?
Yeah, pot smokers. Yeah, we're gonna smoke. It's Washington City. That's what it
You
is.
fucking smoke weed? That's a go.
Oh, I got it.
That's so good. Here, it's last hits for you, my brother.
What's one of the first moments you guys had to be like, I'm a fucking rock star, I made it, this is my job now, I have to fucking direct you for terminology.
I can't talk about it, my wife will get angry.
You know, fuck that up.
Let's just say I had very simple goals as a young man. I wanted a tour bus,
threesome.
and I wanted to have a song on MTV, and there were some famous female entertainers of a certain persuasion that I was
From a certain
targeting.
industry.
Oh, I
Once
wouldn't know
that got
anything about
accomplished, it was like,
that.
what's the point?
She's actually a porn star too.
I didn't say that.
No, neither did I. No, I swear.
She just mentioned it in passing.
So yeah, it was happening. That's one of the crazy things about this business, and it also humbles you real quick and lets
It
you
could,
do
yeah, exactly.
that. Like,
I mean, I
once you
juggle.
realize how
I juggle things. Like, I'm pretty good at juggling.
important all that shit is, and it's just a matter of
Yeah, I'm great at
repeating those
multitasking.
kinds of experiences.
Great.
Then it starts to get like what really matters starts to come into focus. So.
Well, it's the difference between being like a child and an adult.
You want to be popular without being on the football team. You want to get girls without being on the football team. And once you achieve that, then you kind of realize like, oh, that wasn't the answer to the world. That was just like cool and fun, and then you start to get to know who you really are and figure out why you were seeking that validation, and then you grow up, and then you get married like me and have kids, and you turn into a better man than you were before.
Yeah, you were really broken.
I was very broken. And here's the sad part. When I met you in 1999, I was barely broken. By the time 10 years later, I don't even know the right word, because it was like I deliberately broke myself. I was just not the, you know what I told myself when I kind of went through the want to metamorphosize, if that's a word, was I looked in the mirror and I was like, dude, you are not the man that your mother like would be proud of you to be. Sure, she's proud of your accomplishments, but do you really live by the values that your mother raised you to have? And I was like, I do not at all. I've gotten so lost in this rock star, single, superficial, disposable life that like I forgot who I am at the core. And I had to like take a shower and it took a few years to like put myself back together in the mold that I wanted to be. And again, I'm a better man for it.
See, this is why he smokes tons of weed.
True. Words of wisdom, Lloyd. Words of wisdom.
When you smoke weed, you're basically a guru, right?
Yeah, apparently.
I am no guru.
I'm like,
I think I stepped on a
complete
guru.
complete opposite of this guy.
Yeah, but you made it by accident.
Yeah,
I made it on purpose.
He's like, I failed backwards.
Absolutely. He had a purpose.
I know I had a plan.
And a plan. I was just going along. Well, I had a plan, but it wasn't this.
Right.
What was your plan? My plan was to fucking go to school, get my computer science degree, go be an IT guy for the Department of Defense, make bank.
Okay.
And then that shit didn't work out, and I was like, well, let's see what happens with the band. And
They sold 1 million records.
Fuck yeah, man. Fuck yeah. This is the last thing I ever thought I would
And he's
do.
known for saying,
Yeah. And I never started playing music to pick up chicks because I played death metal. No
See, I think-
chicks.
It's like all
I
your
think
whole
you
family's
spin me
sad.
round to a record. A party song.
Yeah, I was just an angry
Different
kid.
motivation.
Yeah, I was just an angry kid going, I'm mad at my parents. You know?
That's amazing. Oh my god.
I recorded You Spin Me Round for the strip clubs. I knew it would be effective. Soulless.
Yeah. So you guys are smart.
Yeah, we met on like both of our like very early tours. Our albums both came out in 1999. We toured nonstop, like back in, it was like Dope, Static X, Power Man 5000, Dope, Static X, Fear Factory, Dope, Static X, Seven Dust, and then just Dope, Static X around the country.
Fuck yeah,
Like, we
man.
played,
Yeah.
and this was back
They go
in.
up at the same time. Man.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
and then when
man.
Static X got back together to do their 20th anniversary, Dope was doing our 20th anniversary. So we like repeated for the last 5 years. We've just been touring together again and celebrating all the stuff we did back then and working together on helping to like create new cool shit for the fans. And it's it's crazy that me and Tony Campos are where we are together in life. You know? If you could go back in time and put me, you, and Wayne, and you know, I don't want to mention some others, and you were to say like, you know, you're not gonna be here, and you're gonna like, we would all our minds would have been blown. Like it's crazy, dude.
So you didn't think you'd still be doing this back then?
No, I did.
Oh, okay, so I'm like,
But I
you're
just,
not super strong.
but like I would have never guessed that of all of our friends that ended up falling victim to drug addiction, I would have never thought it to be Wayne.
Yeah.
You would have thought it to be me.
Yeah.
You know, even though I was never an addict, honestly, like I never partied with those kinds of drugs, but you would think by looking at me and right.
To a certain point in his life.
But if you were doing a Deadpool on like who would become the drug addict, I would have been much higher up.
Yeah, for sure.
So I never would have imagined that Wayne would have gone that route, and he never would have either.
Yeah.
Did he just go through something traumatic and it just like...
Yeah.
No. I'll give you the short of it as somebody who feels comfortable saying it. Wayne was love. And they had incredible experiences together that Wayne missed out on for several years. And she invited other people into the bedroom with chemicals. And Wayne was like, I've never done any of this before. And he just went down it so far and so fast that they became a codependent addiction together, and they kind of walled themselves off from the world. And sadly, what took place is a tragedy that happens too often. But for him, it was crazy the way it got him, because it was very much about like, I abstained from taking advantage of all of this stuff for so long.
When myself and to a lesser extent the other guys in the band weren't taking advantage of the fruits of our labor, let's just say, you know.
Yeah, they weren't the big party girl
I was
band.
well, you know, my boss was like, oh, it's a quiet reading time. Like, well, I'm gonna go hang out with Dope, or I'm gonna go hang out with these other guys, Fear Factory. And I was enjoying the fruits of our labor. You know, to put it mildly.
Wayne was not.
Wayne wasn't.
So it was
The other
almost
guys
like,
were like,
like they let him off the leash. And
Yeah.
it just went bad. And it's sad because he was so talented and such a soft-spoken, wonderful dude. But once, if anybody's dealt with addiction, like once you get lost in that, like you're not even dealing with the person anymore. And that's where 95% of the differences that you and him faced at the end. It's not because you were dealing with the person. You were dealing with a person that is completely not in reality anymore. And it's very.
So I totally get it. It's like
You can't reason with
and
that.
the thing is, you know, it's like you kind of, let's say you weren't into that, but then you're with people who are doing it all the time. It's hard not to be like curious. It's hard not to be like, well, I want to try what you're. That
Trying to
looks
get
like fun.
sober.
Like, I
If
wanna-
you and your wife are stuck in this, and one of you wants to be sober, like
my roommate was
doubly hard.
still using when I tried to get sober, and it took me months to get off because she kept using. And I'm like, dude, you said you were gonna get clean. She decided she didn't want to get clean. I'm like,
Now you know as
so
well
hard
as
to stay
anybody,
off of it.
the only person that gets an addict clean is the addict that sets the addict.
Yeah,
So like you can try, you can do interventions, you can whatever you want to do,
ready and
but
willing to actually stop.
yeah,
Absolutely.
and nobody does it until they're ready, and everybody has a different rock bottom.
Yeah, exactly.
And we all watched Wayne. Like I spent time with Wayne very, very soon prior to his passing, and had conversations because I've been through. I've never been to rehab because I've never been that person, but I've been through it with people I care about. And he wasn't there yet. You could see the light behind him that he wanted to be a better version of himself, but he wasn't ready to say, I'm ready. And I was very hopeful that he was close and that we would all get to see him on the other side and get to see Static X do everything they're doing now with him here to make it as just authentic and amazing as it would have been that way. But in his absence, I'm very I have a tremendous amount of respect for how Static X has chosen to allow their band to continue and to not make an attempt to replace Wayne, but more to represent what is no longer here in a way that
spirit that he brought
That's so
to the
wild. It's
stage.
like losing a family member.
absolutely.
That's someone who spent a tremendous amount of time.
Yeah, we'll go on Twitter and see how many people will tell him to go fuck himself for the family member that he lost. Like, human beings are pretty amazing.
Oh my God, that's
It's
wild.
pretty horrible.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry you have to. Like what?
Yeah, I'm sorry you weren't able to reconcile with a person that was unreasonable at the time of their passing. That
People
you
are
could,
so insensitive.
and
like,
you're a
how can
horrible
you-
person, Tony. Just need you to
No,
know that.
they dealt with addiction in their lives. You know,
They know nothing.
Lucky them.
You know, unfortunately, they know they do not know the tears. They don't know
Yeah.
any of that outsourced addiction.
Yeah, no, I know how that goes.
You have no right to celebrate
He was going on, and
your 20th anniversary.
on the bus.
He's probably reading a book about arthritis.
About arthritis.
Kenny. Kenny is on the bus reading a book about arthritis.
Back in the 99, 2000, like I said, I was enjoying the fruits of our labor. Kenny enjoyed art, but in his own way. He would gather fans around and sit them down and tell them stories.
the time. That's
Dude, like
badass.
when I was 13 years old myself, like those were the goals. It was Circus Magazine and MTV and Metal Edge and you know,
You give me chills this time.
those things.
I love that vibe, man.
It was yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Have a poster from the middle of the magazine.
No, I had that, bro. I remember being 13 put on the wall, bro. I love that.
It was a lot
It's
of fun.
fun meeting guys like that. Just being a child fan of it. It's cool seeing like behind the veil slightly, you know.
Yeah, man, it's an interesting human experiment. All of it.
It's like everyone's just people. That's what I feel like people forget that. Like when they look up to like people who are famous or that they idolize, they forget that they're humans just like everybody else, and that like it's like no one's perfect, and everybody handles like fucked up situations the best way they can, and it's honestly it's no one's fault, and there's like a tragedy happening. So sorry,
I also like
that's so unfair.
I'm also like I'm a logical, rational person.
Yeah.
You have four guys that get together. One of them's got spiky hair, and they decide that they all have this passion to make Italian food, and they decide that let's all go in a kitchen and let's make some amazing pizza. And each one of them puts in their chemistry, and the guy with the spiky hair, he's like the Gordon Ramsay. He's leading it. He's the head chef. But all the other chefs are putting in their ingredients, and before you know it, they have this amazing recipe, and people love to devour this pizza. And they go out there and they sell pizza for years, and people gobble it up, and they have great experiences with this pizza. And then the head chef, the Gordon Ramsay, falls to tragedy in a way that's like, we all know what happened. It's horrible. And the anniversary of this amazing restaurant is coming up, and people would think, oh no, the other three guys that helped come up with this amazing recipe shouldn't go celebrate that with the people that love it. It should just go away, and they shouldn't be able to celebrate those times or earn money from it, because that's a cash grab. Like, how dare you? You built a pizza shop, and one guy's no longer here, but
How dare you try to make a
sell
living?
pizza?
Who do you think you are? I'm trying to pay rent shit. The fuck?
But tell me why it's different. Why is pizza different than music to people? Why
It's
did-
not.
I think it's not now. I think it was once, but I mean, even like bands like Smash Mouth, that's like one original member.
I know.
Like Leonard Skinner's got like
But I'm just telling you.
You have to.
It is a
people
lot like
Seagal,
cooking, though.
people like Seagal.
You're right.
But
It
I'm
is a
just
lot
telling
like
you
cooking.
that
Everyone's like
there was
putting in
enough
all their
people
energy.
that needed to let them know how much they didn't like it.
You guys would know more than
And it made no sense to me. Like,
Well, if they're grieving and they're fucking sad and pissed and they take it out on whoever.
but who are you mad at? Are you mad at the
Yeah,
guy
right.
who's not here, or the guys that are here?
Yeah, that's
Like, and again, I say this as a person who is, I love Wayne, and I've done a tremendous amount for him in helping these guys do what they're doing. But you're mad at Tony Campos? Dude, the bell rang, and Tony Campos answered the bell.
Yeah.
He said, I'm here, my bass is on, I love these songs, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
There's one guy that didn't answer the bell, and I love that man. And I hug his father. Like, but like, who are you? Why would you be mad at these guys? It makes no fucking logical sense. And I don't care
it
if
keeps the legacy going too. If you're a fan, it keeps the
What
legacy
sucks is like you guys are
I wanna
already
hear
grieving
it.
someone.
Yeah, you can still
and you
hear
truly
Static
care about
X
it.
Man, that was crazy.
legacy festivals like this, it's like they belong here. They deserve to be here. They deserve to be remembered here.
The way I kept marching off was Wayne's family embraced us and what we were doing, and so I could deal with a few haters right there. Because
It pisses me off more than it pisses him off. Because I don't like seeing my friends
Of course,
get
like,
attacked.
yeah, of course. It totally makes sense.
You can say whatever you want about me. I don't give a fuck. What are you talking about like
Don't
the
talk about my fucking friends,
most
man.
harmless,
Only I
like
can talk shit to my fucking
good-hearted,
friends.
like down-to-earth dude. Like
Yeah.
if get their movie to the finish line.